Yo, 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 what's up, y'alls? What's crack-a-lackin'? I think we're back. Are we back? Hell yeah, I think we're back. Ooh, oh my goodness. Good evening, y'alls. A brutal work week. But fun, though, too, you know, kind of good, not bad. Yo, what's good, one viewer? Good evening. Welcome back, True Seeker. Have you ever heard of, Solvay? Damn, I hope this isn't copyright. Let's just listen to the Solvay one that I did real quick, and then I'll kind of...
Not to be confused.
I'll kind of try to explain what this is.
This article is about the company named Solvay SA or Solvay Group. Solvay SA. Not to be confused with the Swiss mining company Solvay Group. This article is about the company named Solvay SA or Solvay Group for other users. See Solvay. Solvay is a Belgian-French multinational chemical company established in 1863. With its headquarters located in Neder-over-Himbeek, Brussels, Belgium. Since the end of 2023 and following its demerger with the creation of the new Syensqo entity, Solvay has specialized in essential chemistry and employs over 9,000 people in 40 countries. Family type. Family. Traded as UX store somewhere 20 components. CIC make 20 components. Easy. Industry, chemicals, founded 1863, 63 years ago. Founder Alfred and Anna Solvay, headquarters Neder-over-Himbeek, Brussels, Belgium. Key people, Pierre Goody Peering. Products, chemicals, revenue, Belgian 3 billion, 2018, there were 8.9 billion, 2028, affiliating 20 million, never in income. Billion, total assets, all 20,000 million, 2018, 5 billion, 2029 billion, 2018, lead to 1.15 billion, total assets, all 20,000 million, inside, 5 billion, all gross total equity, LB 64 billion, 2.5 billion, number of employees, 9,000, Bricksell. And in 2023, Solvay reached a 80 million in revenues and 26 million of underlying EBITDA. Solvay is listed on Euronext Brussels. The evolution of Solvay. Founded in 1863 by Ernest Solvay and his brother Alfred Solvay to produce sodium carbonate by the Solvay process. The company has diversified into two main sectors of activity, chemicals and plastics. Before World War I, Solvay was the largest multinational company in the world, needs independent confirmation. It was formerly also active in pharmaceuticals, but agreed to sell the entire division to Added Labs for 84.5 million in September 2009. A deal was completed in...
Wait, what did he say? To what labs? Abbott Labs? Holy shit, that's crazy. Have you guys ever heard of that?
February 2010. In April 2011, the firm agreed to the $4 billion acquisition of French-based chemicals company Rhodia, which was completed in September 2009. Since January 2012, the new Solvay has been listed on the Asio Axton Paris and joined the CRC40 index in September 2012. Solvay is historically listed on the Euronext in Brussels and part of the Clinton Index. The company is a supporter of the Solvay conferences that were started by Ernest Solvay in 1911. On December 3, 2015, Solvay launched a share issue sent to existing shareholders, completing funding for the $5 billion purchase of Cytec Industries Inc. Recent activities and markets.
Solvay and Syensco. Solvay retained its essential chemistry activities and employs 9,000 people and generates an annual turnover of 88 billion. The aim of the separation was to provide each company with the independence and flexibility to pursue distinct strategies of division. Chemical activities such as soda, hydrogen peroxide, and adhesives will continue under the Solvay name and will be led by Philippe Karen. The other activities, such as plastics for electronics and rechargeable batteries, have been transferred to a new company called Syensco. With Ilham Kadri as chairman, who was previously Solvay's general manager since 2019, Syensco began its specialty chemicals activities with 1,300 employees and an annual turnover of 879 billion. On Monday, December 11, Syensco shares were listed on the stock exchange and are included in the Bell 20 share index. In 2024, Solvay announced its plan to supply Europe with rare earth metals for permanent magnets used in EVs and wind turbines from its refurbished plant in France. Corporate affairs. Solvay America offices in Houston, Texas. The company's head office is located in Brussels, Belgium. It was previously in Ixos, Brussels. Solvay had several subsidiaries in the world, including its United States subsidiary, Solvay America Inc. It's based in Houston, Texas. Solvay also has its subsidiary in Canada, Ontario. The company is also present in Asian countries like Singapore and Indonesia, in Latin America, Brazil, Mexico, etc., and in Europe, France, excellent, Portugal, excellent. Solvay is a main partner of Solay Impulse and has contributed research and development resources to their Florida airplane project. That aircraft conducted its first test flight on 3 fuel cell technology. Solvay, a joint venture by Umicore, and Solvay in the field of fuel cells, already pre-marketing membrane electrode assemblies for different types of fuel cells for portable or mobile use. New generation lithium batteries for hybrid vehicles components make use of Solvay fluorinated polymers in order to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Salt remediation. Novasol is a sodium bicarbonate-based process for treating and recovering mineral residues contaminated with heavy metals.
All right. What's good, you guys? Sorry about that. I was just wanted to share some little truth seeker research that I found interesting. Whatever about that Solvay. Have anybody ever heard of that? Dude, that's a fucking pretty big company. That's a pretty big company that has a lot of control in the world, in my opinion. You know, going back quite a while. And it's the craziest thing where I found the reference to this company. Have anybody ever heard of this? I mean, is there any truth seekers out there? Doesn't the truth seekers know about this shit? Or no? I mean, dude, it's a big ass chemical company that like sold the technology to Abbott Labs back in the day, like, and then they're like right in a they're in a country north of France. I mean, they fucking rule, they're part of the families that royal ruling elite families that run the world. Certainly the truth seekers would have heard of this before. I mean, it's right next to France. It might as well be the Jesuits. It's like Jesuit. It's like Jesuit Solvay. It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable, the quack. You missed that one. Yeah, we don't want to bring up those families Let me see. Is there any other? Do Jesuits own castles? Let's just start there. Do Jesuits own castles? Oh, they have some castles. Holy shit. Everything, yeah, related to France, Pentur, Jesuitism. So I didn't even know this. This is the first time I looked this up, because, you know, it is kind of interesting, and I'm kind of curious about this. So it does say yes. It says yes. Jesuits have historically owned and currently own castles, mansion houses, and large estates. They typically acquire these properties for use as educational institutions, novitiates, I don't know what that means, novitiates, training centers for new members, or retreat houses such as Rathfarnham Castle in Ireland. You know, there is good castles and bad castles, you know, in my opinion. I always thought that. There had to be like the infrastructure of the castles was maybe even entirely originally good. Perhaps. I don't fucking know. I'm just speculating. Does anybody know? Does anybody know if the fucking, the main prime fucking Jesuit that does the Gematria is living in a castle? Do we know if they're in a castle or, like, anything? What castle are they in? If we can, does anybody know what fucking castle fucking, let's look it up. What's his name? Arthur Quack, Mario Bergoglio or some shit? Unbelievable. They have a Gray Castle Motel in Mississippi. Let me see here. Let me see. What is the leader? Who is the leader of the Jesuits? I'm just trying to find out if he's in like a castle somewhere that we could sack. Dude, wouldn't you guys want to sack the fucking castle? I'm not going to respond. Hey, Cherry Pickin' Gematrian. You can leave those little Ratbot accounts in the chat until they start doing rat garbage, and then get them up out of here. You know? Hey, Aloha. It's unbelievable. It's unfucking believable. The quacks. I don't know how they're going to weasel out of this one. Let me see. Who is the leader of the Jesuits? All right, Father Arturo Sosa. We'll start there. Where, and then we'll ask the AI, where exactly is Arturo Sosa's castle? Dude, if you were trying to catch the Jesuits doing Gematria, wouldn't you want to take a flight to the fucking... Alright, let's see if this guy lives in a castle. Let's see. Based on the provided search results, there is no information indicating a castle belonging to someone named Arturo Sosa's. Oh, maybe I got it wrong. I typed it wrong. Hold on. Let's see. Where is this motherfucker's castle? Based on the search results, a location listed as Arturo Sosa is located... Really? I don't think that's the right one. In Liverpool, 61 Juarez, Mexico City. 06600 Mexico. Really? That doesn't sound right. Note that appears to be specific smaller address. It's unbelievable.
Live at the
Casa de Saint Ignace,
Serving Northeast Ohio by
Vista
offering music
del
instruction,
P
music
General.
therapy,
Is this
and
where
early
Arturo
childhood
Sosa
education
lives?
Since 1912. The Music Settlement's mission is to welcome all to our music and arts community.
The Cave of St. Ignatius in Manresa. Welcome on the Wednesday. The visit of General of the Society of Jesus. I can't tell if this is the guy's castle or not. Hold on. Does the leader of the Jesuits live in a castle?
Editing for the radio version of this program is provided by Dr. Pete Negley and Sean Gilbert. The executive producer and writer
castle.
is Daniel Peck, with additional consulting production from Brian Kennard.
No, the leader of the Jesuits, the Superior General, does not live in a castle. It says, the Superior General, currently Fr. Arturo Sosa, lives and works at the Jesuit General Curia in Rome. Is that a castle? Is that considered a castle?
All of us here in Cleveland, I'm Daniel Peck. Join me again next time.
Let's look it up.
Live at the Bob Stop.
Father General Black Pope. This motherfucker, really? You think this dude's doing all the gematria?
Thanks for joining us. We're live at the Bob Stop on 89.5 KNCJ. Join us
Unbelievable.
again next Saturday
Unfucking
at 10
believable.
For more live music at the Bob Stop from Cleveland. Coming up next is Jazz After Hours, taking us up to 6 a.m. and classical music, all here on 89.5 KNCJ.
How is that company that I was talking about out of Belgium actually the Jesuits? Because I looked it up. I looked at a bunch of these videos about this place, and they're saying that they were satanic. Hold on. And I wanted to show this because I think the quacks are lying about Gematrian, the root of all evil, the root of evil in the world. They're just totally lying about that shit. It's a fucking cult. If that company, Solvay, is actually as powerful as it seems like they might be. And then they're like in Belgium, like one country north of France, and they operate in France as well. Like, unbelievable. You would have heard about it. A decode or a something from the quacks. Have you ever heard of Solvay Company from Zachary K. Hubbard of Fake Gematria? Have they ever even found this shit in their research or no? You just want to skip over that one because it doesn't fit your narrative. Zachary K. Scammer is a complete shill fraudster, grifter, scammer, loser, snake oil salesman, clown equals 201. Exactly. Dude, that's the only thing that the fake gematria quackulator is really good for, is finding goofy ass fucking 201s that debunks the fucking quack stupid fake gematria rhetoric. Unbelievable. How are they claiming that the Jesuits are like the satanic evil force or whatever when Satanism literally spawned from Aleister Crowley and it doesn't match with their church? It doesn't mesh. Like, every time, the only way the Satanists get into the fucking church, not that I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the church either. Like, I just don't appreciate people lying. Especially lying about, like, innocent people, you know what I mean? That's some fucked up, stupid, goofy-ass rat garbage. For you to say that the Jesuits and the Christians and the Catholic Church, and they're doing gematria, and they're like, all the fucking evil news you could ever find, they're actually doing it. But actual esoteric stuff and satanic stuff, don't look there, folks. I mean, don't look at that. You can't teach people about the evil companies like near France. I mean, you know, you gotta just say that they're Jesuits, even though they're not. Dude, so I want to show you guys something. I came across these old conspiracy theory videos because it's like almost like Dude, conspiracy theories are crazy, you guys. It's not just the Jesuits or Jeffrey Epstein or whatever, or Israel and Iran or whatever, the US and South America or whatever. The conspiracy theories are crazy. So this is what I'm getting at. So in my opinion, the kind of Jeffrey Epstein stuff, I don't know if every little story is real or fake, or how they make it real, or how they make a fake one, or what's real or what's fake. It's really hard to tell. So I'm going to clear the air on that. You can't really tell quite exactly what's real or fake, but I'm leaning towards it more being real than it's fake. Because whatever they make that's fake, they just fake it to cover up some shit that's real. And the real stuff, if you ever knew conspiracy theories for a long time, it's not just the Jesuits, it's not just the whatever group, it's not just Epstein or this group or that group or Skull and Bones or whatever. There's a shit ton of conspiracy theories and crime history, basically. Basic crime history and old conspiracy theories. There's a ton of fucking stories of motherfuckers like Jeffrey Epstein. There's tons of them. From like Vlad the Impaler to every ruler of any powerful nation. To like nowadays you got like a Bill Gates and a Fauci and a Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. You know, a Bill Clinton, a fucking God forbid, a Hunter Biden. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of these type of motherfuckers in the elite, all the way spanning back beyond just the Jesuits. They're not all Jesuits. You know? Unbelievable. But anyways, I was looking at this crazy story of this old castle. Here, I'll just play I'll let you guys listen to it with me. I listened to one video about it, but then I wanted to listen to like a different video about it. So I was going to share it with you guys and see how this kind of stuff kind of all matches historically. So this video, it's on the Mystery Archives, and it's called The Untold Story of Chateau des Amerois, the Mothers of Darkness, I guess. I don't know. Let me see what this is. Is this the one I was watching?
Hidden away deep within the forests of Belgium, there lies a heavily
So it's in
guarded
Belgium. Does any fucking Gematrian motherfuckers know where fucking Belgium even is?
Legends are abundant.
They know the
and
Jesuits are
strange
from
surrounding
France.
this secluded building. It's so forbidden.
Yo, what's good,
that few
Wormburger
locals will even
Gematria?
dare to speak of its existence. Satanic rituals of every debaucherous level are said to take place within its stone wall.
Hold on, let me run this
So
back.
join me as we unlock the secrets.
I'm not really sure what this
Hidden
video
away deep
has
within
all
the
in it.
forests of Belgium, there lies a heavily guarded castle
Belgium.
that is said to be the home
A castle.
of unspeakable horrors. Legends are abundant and strange surrounding this secluded building. It's so forbidden that few locals will even dare to speak of its existence. Satanic rituals of every debaucherous level are said to take place within its stone walls. So join me as we unlock the secrets and tell the untold story of Chateau des Amerois, better known as the Mothers of Darkness Castle.
Dude, you know what's crazy? They also have a cult called Abraxas that operates, a satanic cult called Abraxas that operates out of this place, near this place. Mystery Archives. Hold on, let's see if we gotta skip any commercials or some shit. Jesus Christ, they put all the commercials on this type of shit.
If you use Monopoly.
Skip the commercial. Mystery Archives. Have anybody ever heard of this Chateau?
But
Chateau?
first, a message from today's sponsor.
Oh no, we don't want. We gotta skip their little like. Their this channel. They have some like. They're showing some ad for like an app with like spooky movies on it or some shit. All right, here we go. Let's skip their ad.
Supporting the Chilling app today.
Chilling app.
There is a fine line between speculation, legend, and fact with this case. But I will do my best to relay the information I found, and you can draw your own conclusions. It's been said that the elite who run this world love their seclusion, from the ultra-rich private estates.
Oh, so it's not just Jeffrey Epstein. The
that no one
quacks are
outside
like,
of
it's
their
not
inner
Jeffrey
circles
Epstein.
have
That's a
ever
smoke
seen.
screen.
They are said to
Elites don't
practice
do this.
terrible and perverse rituals in locations such as
It's
these.
the Jesuits
often
doing
to honor
Gematria.
and
That's
worship
all it is.
their ancient gods, keeping what they do far from the prying eyes of the public. This castle is allegedly one of them. Hidden beneath the
This
guise of thick
wicked-ass
forests
place.
along the Belgium and French border.
Oh,
lies
Belgium and
Chateau
French border.
Amerois, better known
Chateau
as the
de
Mothers
Amerois.
of Darkness Castle. Truth seekers and self-proclaimed
Truth
researchers
seekers
have dubbed
and-
this creepy place as one of the
Truth
Illuminati's
seekers have
many
never
ritual sites.
fucking learned about this from the quacks.
During my own personal research, I found that finding details proved rather difficult.
I just thought this would be
because little
different to
information
share
on the
this.
site is available through a simple search. To find details on a place such as this, one has to dig
Look how
deeper,
creepy
so
that
to
is.
speak. There are barely any photos of the castle from the outside, especially closer to modern times, and there barely exist any interior photos whatsoever. The current owners, in true conspiracy fashion, seem to be doing everything they can to keep it this way. Both the BBC and the National Geographic, as well as many smaller outlets, have been denied access to the castle on numerous occasions. The castle's
Damn, that's
wooded
crazy.
exterior
They won't
is
even let the
heavily guarded,
BBC go in there?
monitored with many cameras, and laced with electrical fences, barbed wire, and trip lines. Those who have dared to venture close enough without getting caught have noted that many of the security devices in place are state-of-the-art. The castle was originally built in 1849 by the Count of Mesnil, who then sold the property
The
to
Count
Theodore
of Mesnil?
Vanderbilt, the 8th Marquess of Ashe, in 1859.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then another 10 years after that sale, it was sold to Prince Philip, Count of Flanders, who belonged to the notorious Saxe-Coburg and Gotha bloodline. This is the same bloodline who the current British royal family is descended from,
Oh,
all of whom can be traced back to Vlad the Impaler,
oh,
the original Dracula. Although the exact purchase date is
Oh.
unknown, the modern owners of the castle are an elite Belgian family known as the Solvays.
the Solvay
The Solvays are one of the
really?
wealthiest families in Belgium.
Really?
Among
So the
many
Belgians
holdings,
are evil
They own
too?
large pharmaceutical and chemical companies,
Really?
both of which produce
I
some
thought the
products
quacks
that
said it was the
become household names.
Jesuits.
This includes the antidepressant
I thought
drug
Zachary K.
Prozac
Hubbard said it was the
and the
fucking
chemical
Jesuits.
fluoride. The fluorine products they
I
specialize
thought your boy Zachary
in
K.
for creating
Hubbard said it was the
consumables, such as
Jesuits.
in toothpaste and drinking water. As mentioned earlier in this video, the castle is better known by
Hey,
its
what's good?
English
It's
name,
not the
the
Jesuits.
Mothers
Yeah,
of
it's an
Darkness.
excellent video.
This name was given to it by researchers who have claimed that a coven of elite witches, known as the Mothers of Darkness,
I thought Zachary
convened
K.
here
Hubbard said that
for
the
a diaspora
Jesuits were doing all this
of
shit.
rituals. They are claimed to be adept witches who come from extremely old satanic families.
Old satanic
And they
families.
convene on
Look.
certain dates and times to perform macabre rituals that would disgust and terrify anyone who dared to witness them. Although it's easy to demonize these women, we also have to think of how they got here. They are said to be the subjects of satanic ritual abuse from an early age.
Why would the quack
These rituals
lie
often
about
include
this?
physical, sexual, and mental abuse.
and not ever
all
teach
of which
anybody anything
result
about
in a
this.
dissociative disorder, which
You
allows
heard
them
how
to be
elite that
easily
company
programmed.
was. That's a company
As
that
they
makes
grow
like
older,
Prozac and
they
shit.
too will participate in the ritual abuse of the young,
Batteries for
just as
smart
they
cars.
experienced, and the cycle begins anew.
Don't you think the people that make the
dissociative
batteries for
disorder
the
they
smart
typically
cars are more
develop
elite than the
is multiple
Jesuits?
personality
That's just
disorder,
a little like
as a result of
faction
the
of
abuse
priests of the
fracturing
church.
their minds very early. They assume the identities of numerous people, each one serving their own function. When they become women and are ready to be fully initiated as witches within the coven, the ritual is said to be performed at Chateau de Amerois. However, this isn't the only
Council of
reason the
Solvay.
castle
Did
is
you guys
cursed.
see that group of them motherfuckers?
Given its owners and its location, it has also been rumored to be one of the many sites of the Illuminati's rituals. One such ritual is known as Eyes Wide Shut. This sickening ritual typically involves
Quack
the
is
abuse
a
of
total
children
shill. He's
and is
paid to
videotaped
say it's
as
the
potential
Jesuits.
blackmail.
I know. Just
in case
saying it's the
anyone dares
Jesuits
speak about it.
literally doesn't mean anything.
The corruption of a child is the
That
corruption
literally
of
doesn't
innocence.
mean anything at
And
all.
they do this
It means
in order
nothing.
to please
It doesn't
their
even
God.
mean anything.
Baal.
Except it
But
hints
soon,
that you're a
these alleged
slimy
rumors would be
satanic
proven to
person
be
that wants to
reality.
like attribute satanic garbage onto fucking Christians. It's a slimy way to be racist against Christians. I mean, unbelievable. Or Italians or French or whoever. It's basically racism. Fake gematria, saying that the Jesuits do gematria is straight up racism. That's all it
To
is.
be reality.
It's anti-fucking Italian, anti-French racism.
Many of these sick details are
Anti-Christian
revealed during the
hate
infamous
speech.
Marc Dutroux scandal.
And they're
that rocked
terrorists.
Belgium
I mean,
in
unfucking
1996.
believable.
In
He
case you
definitely
aren't familiar,
sold out to the
let me
shekels.
quickly fill
Yeah,
you
how
in.
are you attributing
Children in the 90s in
Gematria, which
Belgium
is
going missing
which is
at an
Hebrew,
alarming rate.
it's Jewish.
And in
How are you
August of
attributing something that's
1996,
Jewish
Belgian
onto
police discovered 2 children who'd been
Italians and
abducted
French
prison
and Christians
in
in
a basement
general
dungeon
and
near
Catholics and
Chateau,
Jesuits?
the second largest
It's
town
fucking
in Belgium's
Hebrew. It's
French-speaking
Jewish, guy.
As the search continued, the police began to
Hey,
connect the
quackery.
dots,
Gematria is
and
Hebrew,
soon
dumb
tapes
fuck.
and bodies would begin to be discovered. The arrest of
What a
Marc
fucking
Dutroux
joke.
and the details that would
You
go
like my
public shortly
Gematria
after
cartoon, the
not
thumbnail?
only shocked the country, but
Look
the
at this
world.
guy, Mark
And
Dutroux.
this almost sparked
Look, this
a
is an
revolution.
Epstein type
Despite
character.
several
Hold on.
credible tip-offs,
Hold on.
it took the police 4 years to arrest Dutroux.
Hold on.
Would be
Let me show
proven
you guys
to be
this.
reality.
This is an Epstein character historically. Another one.
Many of
like
these
Epstein.
sick details are revealed.
And you know what?
during
It
the
doesn't say
infamous
that they
Marc
were doing
Dutroux scandal
Gematria, by the
that
way.
rocked Belgium in
The
1996.
Dutroux scandal. Look at
In
this
case
guy.
you aren't
Look at this
familiar,
fucking guy.
Let me quickly fill you in. Children in the 90s in Belgium
No,
were
I
going
haven't
missing
got
at an
monetized
alarming
yet.
rate.
I need to do a bunch of
And in
stuff to
August
get
of
monetized still.
1996,
It's really
Belgian
annoying,
police
but
discovered 2 children who'd been abducted
I'm
and
working
imprisoned
on it.
in a basement dungeon near Chateau, the second largest
That
town
never happened.
in
It's the
Belgium's
Jesuits.
French-speaking region. As the
They
search
didn't
continued,
bust this guy
the
with
police
like a
began to
fucking
connect the
dungeon
dots,
of fucking
and
children.
soon
No,
tapes and bodies would begin
no,
to be
they didn't like
discovered.
track this guy
The
around.
arrest of Marc
Look at this
Dutroux
fucking guy.
and the details that would go public shortly after not only shocked the country,
Really?
but the world.
How
And
come
this
Zachary
almost
K.
sparked a
Hubbard never
revolution.
fucking warned anybody about
Despite
this
several
Jesuit?
credible tip-offs, it took the police
Look at him.
4
He's like
years
literally
to arrest
why
Dutroux,
hasn't the child
who'd been
predator
abducting,
Zachary K.
murdering,
Hubbard ever
and
warned
overall
anybody about
excluding
this
children
Jesuit child
to the
predator?
political
I mean,
elite
unbelievable.
of Belgium's
It's an
left-wing
actual
socialist
child predator.
government? The populace was not only shocked by the crimes that had taken
Zachary
place,
K. Hubbard, the
but
child
that Dutroux
predator,
was
would
being
cover up
protected by the government
these type of
that
child
was in
predators
power.
because
He received
obviously
generous
he's a
government
child
benefits
predator, you know?
following his initial
And
imprisonment.
Gematria is Hebrew.
Investigations into prominent cases believed to be involved were being blocked by higher-ups.
Gematria is
And this was
literally
all at the
Hebrew, like my
expense of
thumbnail.
the taxpayer. The man was then only given 13 years for his horrific crimes.
Dude, my thumbnail is a Gematria cartoon of Zionist
During this
Gematria
time,
army
he was given
graping
monthly checks
an
from the welfare
innocent
state, loads of free
victim, like a
guests, and more.
prisoner of war
He then
from
used these
Palestine.
funds
The
to purchase
Gematria
license,
community,
which he built
unbelievable. The
multiple
Zionist Gematria
continued
army,
his
if you look on my
activities.
thumbnail, is
Multiple
allegedly,
scandals similar to
supposedly,
this one were uncovered
Zionist
to Congress.
Gematria army
All of which
soldiers
seemed to tie him
raping an innocent
and linked to the
war
Wall
prisoner
Socialist
from
movement
Palestine.
as well. Although despite this, there was no decline in voter support for them. All of these emerging
Abraxas?
details would lead one Belgian politician to say that big business, blackmail, and lots of money are involved here in a highly sophisticated
Dude, these people were like
organization.
even
The
slimier than
entertainment
fucking
was not
Epstein.
just sex. It involved sadism, torture.
Did Epstein
and
go to
murder.
Belgium a lot? And
The
visit
system of
castles?
blackmail has been and is still in place running to this day all over the Western
What if they
world.
what if the
Many of
fucking,
the
that
Dutroux
show,
scandal
that rat
files name
motherfucker,
such
that Zachary
activities
K.
taking place in
Hubtard,
castles.
wants you to think that the
And one
Jesuits
such
in
was
France
named in
and Italy
particular,
are so evil,
and that was
and the Vatican and the
Chateau
church, but
Amerois.
really, surrounding the church, you got all these satanic
Belgium's
fucking
city of
groups
Brussels
in
hosts the
fucking
official
castles.
council
They're
of
in
the European
castles.
Union,
Like,
and
what the
often
fuck?
hosts some of Europe's power
All these
brokers
satanic
during
cults
these
are
council
operating out of
meetings,
castles, really?
many of whom would be named in the scandal.
They have like dungeons and
Councilmen
shit, and they're like
themselves,
satanic.
lawyers, and high-ranking judges in the government, all of which took place or attended in orgies organized by Dutroux's organization.
Jesus Christ, this is
These
just
details
like
surrounding
Jeffrey
the
Epstein.
case would
Dude,
also
and they have
describe
this like
grisly
thick
rituals
forest around the
known
castle.
as hunting parties.
They have these hunting parties in this like
During
thick
these
forest
hunting
around the
parties,
castle and shit.
abducted children
And
were
the
allowed to
like
run away in the forest,
cover in the
while mass
forest is
groups
so
of the
dark.
elite would
It's
hunt
like
them
one of
down
those forests
like
that when you
animals.
look in there in the daytime,
This was also called
the
most
canopy of the
dangerous
forest
game.
is so dark that when you
A
look
seeming
into it, even
favorite
if it's like a
of the
bright out
attendees,
in the morning in the day,
because
you
it
see
got their
pitch black
adrenaline
in the
flowing
fucking forest.
and allowed them
You can't
to
even
feel
see like
something.
10 feet through the trees.
This is an audio clip from someone who claims to be a satanic ritual abuse survivor.
So they have all these like they have all these like witness testimonies of like women and children that like
and told that I could
were
have
in this place back in those days.
before I would be hunted down.
And then the guy
My
actually
exposure
got
to it
caught like
resulted
with
in,
people
I
in a
believe,
fucking
I
like
had no place to
dungeon.
run and no place to hide. It seemed there were no limits to what could happen in my existence at that time.
Was the most extreme, one of the most extreme situations I think I ever survived.
One prosecutor would go on to say that it was like something out of the Middle Ages. Not only all the disturbing details of the crimes, but the mere existence of satanic cults right before our eyes. One such cult that was named in the files is known as Abraxas.
Abraxas,
is a word of
Abraxas,
Kabbalistic
Gematria.
origin.
Hey, Gematria,
This group
Abraxas.
is known to worship a demon by the same name that dates back to Egyptian times. The Basilidian sect of Gnostics of the 2nd century claimed Abraxas as their god and believed that Jesus Christ was merely a phantom sent to earth by him. They believed that his name contained great mysteries and that it was composed of the 7 Greek letters which formed the number 365, the number of days in the year, and so that under his command, he had the other 364 gods at his disposal. He is depicted in ancient amulets as a demon with the head of a king, with a serpent forming his feet,
What's really going
saying
on
the
here?
ancient curse, abracadabra, while flailing a whip. The connection was discovered in a note to Dutroux
What's
from an anonymous
really
member
going
calling
on
themselves
here?
Anubis. The note informed him that a very special ceremony was coming up, and soon
This is a
instructed him
cult.
to provide presents for said ceremony.
By the way, this is a
the
cult.
presents
Another
were to be
cult of
presented to the
occult.
high priestess of the Abraxas order, and even gave
satanic
details
cult.
as to what age and gender
Nowadays.
the presents should be.
This AI creates how to.
Oh, come on. Some ads. Have you guys ever heard of this shit?
Details as to what age and gender the presents should be. Later eyewitness testimony would reveal that the Abraxas ceremony consisted of the defilement and murder of those present within the walls of Chateau des Amerois, and afterwards,
They're
their blood would be collected
prove
and
Aleister
placed in
Crowley
small
and the
pots,
cult and the occult
in
and
which
satanic
quill pens
rituals
would be
exist
dipped
and they harm children.
and then an account would be written as to what had taken place, as to hail their god and bring about the ultimate plan. But the plan
Dude,
was
these
never
people
revealed.
definitely fucking.
It would later be revealed through
torture,
investigative
rape, and
work
fucking,
that heavy
rape
corruption,
and pillage
deliberate
and
sabotage of DNA testing,
babies
and much
shit
more
turn
had
them into,
taken
like,
place.
fucking soup and
The
fucking
citizens of
fuck
Belgium
shit.
had uncovered
these
the
people get
horrifying
fucked
truth
up
about
at
the
shit.
situation, gathered in protest in multiple cities,
Look, even in
with the
Belgium, have
largest
you ever
crowd
heard of this?
being over 30,000 people. After the removal of several judges,
Dude, in Belgium, they
detectives,
fucking
and high government
protested their
officials,
government in mass
the
in the
Dutroux
streets
case was
and got rid of
re-examined.
them, I think. Maybe,
Initially,
maybe not.
the information on the Abraxas cult was not followed up on.
Because these people
But
were
once again,
videos.
with proper detective work this time, it was uncovered that many of the alleged happenings truly did take place. Along with the castle, rituals also took place in a wooden house that was owned by a man by the name of Bernard Weinstein. Dutroux would later admit to murdering Weinstein and placing his body, along with numerous children's corpses, on the property, which
they
Dutroux
actually
then
found
purchased at a fire sale rate after he murdered him. It was uncovered that the cult partook in sexual abuse, as well as murders there. Anubis would be uncovered as a man named Francis de Schmidt, and the aforementioned high priest would be identified as Dominic Kindermans. Throughout the investigation, it would be uncovered that at least 4 policemen there in Charlot were also members of the cult. One was even a city treasurer. After this revelation, the headquarters of the Institute of Abraxas was raided in 1996 by 150 officers. Video evidence of the raid showed police taking away bags of papers, videotapes, as well as many strange occult items, including human skulls.
Oh my god.
After everything was said and done,
Look at how many
Marc
of these
Dutroux was
motherfuckers
ultimately
there are.
charged with the murder of 11 children and numerous other crimes. He would then be given multiple life sentences and is still serving those years within solitary confinement.
The quacks
A
want you to
monster
think that this is
truly
just
was
Jesuits
put
doing
behind
Gematria.
However,
Why are you
most of
explaining
Dutroux's
this like
high-profile clients would get off scot-free, and the case files to this day are still classified.
Why do you guys think
and
that
unable
Zachary
for
K.
full
Hubbard
unredacted
explains
view
this
by the
stuff
public?
improperly?
But this hasn't stopped some of
like
the
lies
files
about
from
this
being
shit.
leaked online. In 2009,
Or
the
reverts
infamous
it and doesn't.
whistleblower
He says it's not
organization
real.
known as WikiLeaks posted several of its documents for public viewing on the internet. The Belgian government, however,
Damn, this shit was in
moved
the
quickly to
WikiLeaks.
scrub these from the
The
web.
WikiLeaks
as
was kind of
fast
like
as
the
possible.
original Jeffrey
They
Epstein
claimed it was
files.
because certain people
It's like
were
the
mentioned
Jeffrey
who
Epstein
hadn't
files
done
now,
anything,
guys.
but were mentioned during the investigation, and that they didn't want them to come under any unjust scrutiny. But it would lead many of us to speculate that there had to truly be something more. Given its picturesque views, stunning natural features, and the fact that it's a hub of both the EU and NATO, along with the facts exposed, have led many researchers to claim that Brussels is a hub for the elite, otherwise known
Wait,
as the New
Brussels,
World
Belgium?
Order. High-ranking officials, politicians, bankers, and businessmen
Certainly,
in
this
Belgium.
place, this
They just
castle,
might take a trip
is
Chateau
on.
des
It's like
Amerois,
right near the
or
border
one of
of
the region's
north
many
of France
supposed
and like
satanic
on near
estates,
Belgium, right?
to seal their deal.
Dude, it's
and
close enough to
participate in one of the
France,
many
and it's
rituals
evil
required
enough
to make
that
them a
I mean, how
success.
come the quack doesn't say that
One
they're
such
just the
person
Jesuits?
was a man by the name
They're
of
French
Ronald
Jesuits,
Bernard,
you guys,
who
even though they're
claimed that
not.
the world's elite did indeed participate in these rituals because he himself was asked to do so.
Look at this fucking creepy.
Bernard became a major player at the highest levels of
Christ.
finance, and details not only the world of the elite and what he was asked to do, but just who the elite truly are.
Dude, these
and
motherfuckers
just how long
hide in
this has been going
castles all
on
day
for.
and they come out at
The
night and
entire
they're like
interview
vampires.
is extremely interesting to say the least, and I urge you to watch it. Link down in the description below once this video is over with. Here are several clips of his now infamous whistleblower interview.
Oh
I
my
like to help
God!
college
Jesus Christ, some ads. Really? A Tahoe Community College ad? That's pretty interesting. It's like right along the lines of research.
The level I played at in those 5 years, and that didn't happen overnight. You need to earn your place. I am skilled at connecting the dots, information in order to achieve a full picture of all the things involved.
Is this guy doing the Gematria? I mean,
op een bepaalde manier met elkaar te combineren.
Real
were all
world,
those
since through the financial world
satanic
you learn all of the
children
actual
victim
truth.
rituals
So you say,
actually just Jesuit rituals and Gematria?
Well, your clients give you glimpses of how the world really works.
Wereld ontdekken, hoe die hoe die
Oh, yeah,
elkaar
this
In
is a
hindsight,
creepy
I still didn't know everything, but I did know a lot. Because my clients were banks who didn't want blood on their hands. But within those banks, there always is a number of people who know damn well what is going on. So, like 1% within a bank knows the truth of the matter regarding the happenings within the world. Which is not surprising, considering they are involved in the flows of money. Those are your clients.
Money!
You also
Isn't that
have
what
governments
Hubbard
to deal
loves?
with,
Money!
multinationals. You have to
Money!
deal with secret services and what they now call terrorist organizations. You get all of the groups that are involved with the big money as clients.
Money,
Then you
gambling
start
money.
seeing the connections. So,
Dude, if you were a Gematrian, a diehard Zachary K. Hubbard Gematria Quackalite sports gambling Gematrian, Gematriaian, if you were a Luciferian satanic Gematriaian and you love doing sports gambling and you claim that you're teaching Gematria or whatever the fuck and you love gambling, would you put your money down on the like if Israel nuked all the fucking surrounding nations around Israel and you love Gematria and you want to win, you're winning Gematria, and would you bet on Israel? Would you put your money on Israel if Israel, you had you could predict it. You had some insider information, like they're going to nuke Iran, they're going to nuke fucking all around in the Middle East, just start nuking everyone, right? And it was the big war. What if there was like World War V or whatever the fuck, right? And you knew Israel was gonna, because they kept attacking Israel, but then they were like, had to nuke everyone around them to win the war. And would you bet on the money? Would you bet your money on Israel if you really want to win for Gematria? It'd be like a Gematria win. You would bet on Gematria. Wouldn't you bet on fucking Zionist Gematria if you were, like a big Zionist Gematrian? And you want to win doing Gematria, right? And Gematria is actually originally entirely historically based in Hebrew. It is Hebrew. Gematria is Hebrew. So would you sports gamble, would you wager for a win for Israel if they nuked all the fucking surrounding countries around Israel and raped the war prisoners? I mean, and that was like a big win. Would you congrats to the winners? For Gematria, I mean, unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Would you slap ass and fucking gamble on fucking, it's unbelievable how many fucking children they grape in fucking, north of France and in fucking, whatever that fucking country is called. Belgium? Would you bet your money on Belgium if Belgium won the fucking war? What about the Jesuits if the Jesuits decided to nuke everybody? It's not like what if the fucking Iran decided to nuke everybody? Would you bet on it? Would you bet Gematria, all your Gematria on Iran and then slap ass and be like, yeah, I predicted. They won. They won the war. Congrats to the winners, true seekers. I mean, what's unfucking believable? What kind of fucking morals do you have to like really like? What if like your sports team won, but it was tied to some fucking child raping murders in the news or whatever the fuck, or a mass bang bang incident, and it was like tied to your sports team, and you saw the bang bang incident, and you knew they were gonna win, so you bet on the fucking winning team, and a bunch of kids died. I mean, congrats to the winners. If you're a rat motherfucker, yeah, you would. If you were Zachary K. Hubbard, you would put your money on Gematria, motherfucker. What a fucking bitch. Quit saying it's the Jesuits. Gematria is Hebrew.
They might be compartmentalized as you just mentioned, regarding knowledge. But because I am in the middle, I see how they relate to another. You see the money coming from this place.
Dude, they could have gambled on how many fucking child war prisoners got raped by the Zionist Gematria army. And then congrats to the winners or whatever. Because you know, you're either the one doing the manipulating, or you're the one either being manipulated, or you're doing the manipulation of Gematria, right? You're either the one getting raped, or you're doing the graping.
So basically creating a lot of misery in this world.
The fuck? Congrats to the winners. You're a bitch, motherfucker. What a fucking bunch of coward fucking scum. Is the Quack live? The Quack usually tries to go live. Dude, the Quack's last live was so fucking rat garbage, fucking stupid fucking bullshit. He's like, the Jesuits killed a bunch of people in the news. And we won sports gambling off of the knowledge. Congrats to the winners, Quack. I get a DuckDuckGo ad? Jesus Christ.
All that money has to go somewhere. Everything has to be financed.
You say it, but you could confirm they are doing
Hey, what's good, Quack Elvis?
All of them. So the entire
No, they didn't monetize me yet.
Is just an illusion we believe in.
Yeah, I know that maybe the Jesuits made that video to throw all this research information that has like actual factual basis to it.
Can you give an
The
example?
Jesuits made this shit. The Jesuits are trying to frame satanic castles in Belgium.
It is difficult for me to talk about.
You know?
I can feel that, but only whatever you wish to share is all right.
Yes, I only talk about things I want to tell, but it does evoke lots of emotions, and with my conscience not being in the freezer, it touches me deeply.
Yes,
Sold out for the
I feel
shekels,
same
yep.
way. All right. Can you tell me the worst thing that has happened that caused the tipping point in your situation?
Yeah, just making shit up.
Well,
hey, what's
the
good,
beginning
Black
of the
Smoke
end.
Matters?
We get
Yo!
so deep into these circles.
Jesuit to the 201st Cabal, Zionist Nazi to the 401. Yo, what's up, man? Salute. Oh, that's hilarious. That's pretty funny.
I think that is why.
Have you guys ever heard of the Chateau de Amerois in fucking Belgium?
Most of these people followed a not very mainstream religion. So
I want to show you guys where this shit is on the map. It's like right on the fucking north part of fucking France.
Were Luciferians. And then
these people were Luciferians.
Is a fairy
this guy
tale.
says.
God doesn't exist. None of that is
So
real.
these are the people that are
for
against
these
the
people,
church.
It is truth and reality. And they served something immaterial, what they called Lucifer. But then at some point, I was invited, which is why I'm telling you all this, to participate in sacrifices. Abroad. That was the breaking point. Children.
You were asked to do that?
Yes. And I couldn't do that. Unfortunately, the truth is that worldwide they have been doing this for thousands of years. I once studied theology, and even in the Bible you find references to these practices with Israelites. The reason the first 10 tribes were banished to Babylonia was because of these rituals with children, including the sacrificing of children. So this is pertinent. All this made me believe, because I realized there was more to life than meets the eye. There is a whole invisible world. It is real. Much later, in all those studies and discoveries, I found a document which they are claiming is bullshit, of course. The Protocols of Zion. And nowadays I recommend everyone to read the whole of that incredibly boring document. Just walk through it, read it though.
Bijt er maar doorheen, ga het toch maar lezen.
We are also talking about
fuck
Zion.
that, the fucking quack. Hey, this is a quack fucking challenge for fucking Zachary K. Quackenberg. You need to do fucking Gematria on this little pharmaceutical chemical company out of Belgium from this fucking, the people that built this castle, Chateau de Amerois, that sounds really Jesuit. I mean, you could decode Chateau de Amerois and say it's the Jesuits somehow, or decode the Solvay company, right? I mean, it's right on the fucking north border of France. I mean, certainly they're part of the Jesuits. No, but the challenge for Zachary K. Hubbard, you need to find a fucking Jesuit that's actually historically been known for a long time to do satanic Jesuit gematria rituals in a castle. Certainly there's some Jesuit that lives in a castle, right? That has fucking like this type of level of like companies behind it and fucking weird stories of like a shit ton of missing kids and like actually them getting actually busted for doing it and everything. Where's it at? Where's Zach's research? Isn't there castles all over France? Can't you find some fucking castle in France or some shit and be like, yeah, they're doing it here too? Or no, you can't. Wouldn't you have to prove that the leader of the Jesuits was doing satanic rituals in a castle somewhere? They're doing it in the Vatican, Cuts. Oh my God. No, they're not doing it in the Vatican. If they're doing it in the Vatican, they're doing a really goddamn good job of keeping the Satanists in the dungeon or whatever the fuck, because it's not coming out. Do they have fucking weirdo priests and grape cases out of there? I mean, sure, I'm not going to deny that. Maybe those are fucking Satanists trying to infiltrate and fucking fraud the church. Maybe those are weirdos that fucking like, they're trying to get in, but then they like get in trouble if they get caught, you know? And then it makes the church look like it's the church doing it. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe the Catholic priests, are they doing gematria? How do you prove that any of this? Like, unbelievable. Wouldn't the quack have to have historical basis with like Jesuits doing fucking weird shit in a castle? Not just all these Satanists. Every time you look it up, it's like all these Satanists. And Satanists came from Aleister Crowley. Satanism came from Aleister Crowley.
If you read the Protocols of Zion,
all these cults are from Aleister Crowley.
And really study them and understand, then it is like reading the newspaper of the daily life.
I know. Life is too short to worry about religion
How
stuff.
from their position of ultimate power.
I'm really not. I'm like, really, for me personally, it's more about just telling the truth and explaining this properly, truthfully, to the best of my understanding. It's not that I care about the satanic cult or the fucking cult or the church, you know? And I'm not trying to be like saying nothing to you. I'm just like trying to explain.
He eventually would go on to marry a woman and move to the United States. His story would unfortunately end
Hold on,
here.
I can't make this video
In
too long.
August
There's
of
a couple more
2017,
stuff
Bernard,
I
who had
wanted
been
to share
living in
with you
Florida with
guys.
his wife, went missing
That the
after he
quack
went on a
failed
walk on a
to
nature
teach
trail
the truth seekers.
shortly after 1 p.m.
Something really like
He
kind of
called
interesting,
911
but
around
also like
3:46
diabolical.
p.m., seeming distressed and stating that he was lost.
Have you guys ever heard of that synthetic
Although many
butter?
attribute this to possible dementia, Bernard had no medical history of this condition and had showed no prior signs.
Let me see if I can find this shit.
Between his initial phone call and 6:13 p.m., he phoned the authorities several more times and told them that he was being followed and that his life was in danger. Through pinging his cell phone, authorities sent several search units, canines, and a helicopter to the area. Bernard was then found floating face down at approximately 8:24 p.m. in a shallow stream of water. His cause of
Savor,
death
it kind of sounds
has
like
yet to be revealed.
it kind of sounds like
It has long since been speculated that the
Solvay.
world's aristocracy
Solvay.
worships an unseen force,
what is it called? It's called
one of complete darkness that will do anything and
Savor.
everything to destroy.
Have you guys
what
ever
it
heard of that shit,
perceives
Savor?
as a threat. Many of these high-ranking officials are seemingly above the law. At the 1988 Republican National Convention, as loyalists waved their flags and cheered the man who accepted their party's
Alright,
nomination
anyways,
for
I
president,
want to speed through
and
this.
to win.
You guys can watch the rest of that video on your own. Have you guys ever heard of this shit? Savoy?
There in those trees, I felt a sense of peace. But when I got back down, I had more questions than answers. I turned to Claude.
This butter
No,
isn't just
Savor.
going on shelves with a label for you to choose. Instead, it's being sneakily rolled. Butter has been a food that humans
Have you guys
eaten
ever heard of
for
this
as far
shit?
back as 10,000
Bill
years.
Gates'
Now,
new
typically,
butter?
to make real butter, the process is incredibly simple. You take cream, you churn it, and you get butter.
I
But
thought the
that is
quack
about
would have
to
taught the
change.
truth
A
seekers
Bill
about
Gates-backed
this.
startup has just commercially launched a new butter.
I mean,
It
that's Bill
contains no
Gates.
cream,
He's like a
no
Jesuit,
milk,
right?
No animals, and even no plants. It's made in a factory using chemistry originally developed in the fuel industry. And
Why
here's
not
what
tell
nobody's
the
talking
people
about.
what they're
This
actually
butter
doing
isn't
if
just
it
going
is
on
the
shelves
Jesuits?
with a label for you to choose. Instead, it's being sneakily rolled
If
out
that
by
other
being sold
company
directly to restaurants, bakeries,
that I
and
shared at the
multinational food
beginning,
corporations
what's it called?
as an ingredient. I mean, it gets mixed into the food you already eat, and you
Solvay?
never know it's there.
Solvay?
And it's moving very fast. They've already secured generally recognized as safe clearance.
Have you guys
They've
heard
already
about
launched
this?
commercially,
The
and they're
synthetic
already in
butter,
talks
the
with some of
fucking...
biggest packaged food companies on the planet. By the time
This
most
is
people hear
GMO
about this,
Gematrian
they'll
butter.
already be eating it. Before we break down exactly how they're building butter, using a process designed
They're
for
building
petroleum,
back better
let's have a
butter,
look
you
who's
guys.
actually
Bill
behind
Gates
this.
is.
The company is called Savor, and the first major investor is none
Is that
other
a big
than Bill
Jesuit
Gates, who led
company?
the initial funding with $10 million through his
Savor,
fund,
watch out for
Breakthrough
this shit,
Energy
you
Ventures,
guys.
part of the same Breakthrough
They're-
Energy
this
network
shit's gonna
that has
start
received
leaching
$100 million
into the
from the
food
BlackRock
supplies.
Foundation for its Catalyst Climate Program. And Gates himself is one of the World Health Organization's biggest funders, the same organization that's been pushing to reduce global meat consumption. And here's the thing. This is also the same man who also happens to be the largest private farmland owner in the United States. He owns 242,000 acres across 19 different states, so he's buying up the land that produces real butter whilst funding the synthetic replacement. But it gets a lot worse
Oh,
than this.
now
Mondelez
it's making
International,
sense.
the company behind Oreo, Cadbury, Ritz, and Toblerone, they didn't invest in Savor, but instead they are accelerating this product by actively exploring how to use this synthetic fat inside their own products. And all of this is moving very quickly. Savor only became its own
Have you guys
company
ever
in
heard of this?
2022. And in early 2024, Gates was already so confident in the product that he published a video on YouTube called "I Couldn't Believe That Wasn't Butter," where he tested the product and made two very interesting statements.
What do you think?
That's great. I wouldn't have been able to
Yeah, no
tell you
shit.
that wasn't butter.
Okay, this is great.
Agricultural emissions are one of the most difficult to get rid of. People have come up with alternative food, but what we're seeing
the
is that
channel?
it's hard to get more than a small market share.
This is just a random channel on YouTube. The guy, I guess his channel is called Max German or some shit like that.
2.5-minute video. Did he mention the words health or nutrition? He didn't mention vitamins and minerals or what this product actually does for your body or how it compares nutritionally to real butter. The entire conversation was about taste, scale, and market share. Now that we know who's behind this, let's have a look at how Savor actually makes their, quote, butter. They've figured out
So
how
now
to
we
make
have
butter
more
from
research
scratch.
for the quack
Their
to
process
steal and
involves
lie
no real
about and
dairy,
say that
and
it's
it's
the
not even derived
Jesuits
from
doing
plants. In
Gematrian.
total, there's 6 ingredients. Savor fat, which is their synthetic fat, water, salt, sunflower lecithin, rosemary and thyme oil, and beta-carotene for color. Now to most people, 6 ingredients sounds pretty clean, but the main one, savor fat, is a fat molecule that was built in a lab using chemistry borrowed from the fuel industry. To make savor fat, in simple terms, they take carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. They heat them under pressure.
You never
and
heard
use a
about this?
chemical
Hey, what's
reaction
good,
to build
admin?
fat molecules from the ground up. This process is called Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. It was invented in the 1920s.
Yeah, they're doing
but not
synthetic
for food.
biology.
It was
It's like
designed
part
for
of my
one
research.
purpose, converting gases into liquid fuel. Today,
that
the
other
largest
company-
application of this exact process in the
The
world
other
is a
company I
plant
shared in the
Secunda, South
beginning of the
Africa,
stream
operated by a
is
company
like a
called
big
Solay.
chemical
That plant
company,
uses the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis to
like
produce
behind the
160,000
Abbott
barrels of
Remember
synthetic
Abbott
diesel,
Labs
gasoline,
from the
and jet
vaccine
fuel
from
every
the,
single day. So the same
CV-19
chemistry that
days?
fills up tanker trucks with diesel is now being used to make our food. And the chemicals produced midway
ones that
through
make you
Savor's
do the,
process tell
the
the real
Schwab.
story. At the halfway point, what they have is a liquid slurry of hydrocarbons, molecules that are chemically closer to gasoline than anything you'd ever consider eating. It's only after further chemical reactions that these hydrocarbons get converted
Then,
into
alright,
fatty acids,
nice,
and then
nice,
eventually into
nice.
something
Hell
that
yeah. Good to
resembles
see you
edible fat.
guys.
Their
Actual
butter
cats on my
starts
channel.
its life with a very similar makeup to synthetic petroleum. Now this product, apparently it's very convincing. When Savor launched a tasting event in San Francisco, over 100 people lined up, and the supply ran out in the first hour. Michelin star chefs have used it. People genuinely could not tell the difference between this and real butter. This is the trick. It supposedly tastes the exact same, and it is, quote, chemically identical to real butter. It sounds like you're getting the same product.
Does
but you're
anybody
not.
care
It's not
about?
even
Is
close.
anybody
Real
interested
butter
in
isn't
this?
just
Isn't
a
this
simple
like
fat
kind of
molecule.
curious?
It's a whole food. Real butter contains vitamin A, which supports your immune system and vision. It contains vitamin D, which is essential for mood. It contains vitamin K2, which directs calcium into your bones and arteries. It also contains butyrate, which is one of the primary fuel sources for your gut. These are nutrients your body actually uses every single day. And guess what? Not a single one of these nutrients are in Savor's product. They're calling this product butter. They're serving it to people in restaurants. And it contains none of the vitamins, none of the gut-supporting nutrients, and none of the fatty acids that make butter one of the most nutritious foods on the entire planet. What you're really getting is the structure of butter without any of the substance. A fat molecule with no nutritional value. And here's why this matters. When you consistently replace nutrient-dense fats with nutrient-empty alternatives, your body doesn't get what it needs to run inflammatory responses, repair itself, and to produce hormones to any significant degree. Of course, your body isn't going to break down overnight if you consume it once, but slowly your energy it'll weaken. Your hormones will drift out of balance, and your ability to recover that will decline. When you replace real, nutrient-dense animal fats with industrial alternatives, whether it's seed oils, margarine, which is basically the same thing, or synthetic fats made from gas, your body doesn't get what it actually needs to function.
The world was supposed to end in
Over
2000.
time, this
I
adds
know.
up, and
Yeah,
most
no
people
shit.
don't even realize it's happening until it's too late.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Oh my god.
Function. Over time, this adds up, and most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. The worst part is, there are zero studies on what happens when humans consume thermochemically synthesized fats every day, for months or even years. Zero. It is simply
or you
never
can
been
go
studied.
over
Now,
there
where
to
it
that
gets
show
even
over
crazier
there.
is you'd think this product was at least tested before it could be sold. That would be logical. You'd assume there's at least a little bit of testing done.
Oh, good.
Right? Well, it hasn't.
You're
Not
good.
by
That's a
anyone
dope
independent.
fucking
The way
jacket,
this
man.
works is Savor sells its product under something called a self-affirmed GRAS designation. GRAS stands for Generally Recognized as Safe. The key words there are self-affirmed.
Hey, y'all have a nice
That
night.
means that
You guys
Savor
are from
itself,
Texas?
the company making the product, reviewed its own safety and decided, you know what, our product looks good, it's fine, and they roll it out.
Have a nice
There's no
night.
mandatory FDA review. There was no independent testing done. They literally gave themselves the passing grade and started selling it. The only people who have ever reviewed this product is the same people that are selling it and making money from it. Now, to be fair, there are lots of companies who use this pathway. But when you're
Don't
talking
you
about
think
a
the quack
completely novel
does
food
he
with
cares
absolutely
so much
zero
about this
long-term
type of
human
shit?
safety
Wouldn't
data,
he be
the
warning
fact that
people
the
about
only
this?
safety review was conducted by the people who profit from selling it, at least in my opinion, that's a serious problem. In fact, there are now
why is the
active efforts
quack
at the
fucking?
federal
Why
level
is
to try and
quackery
close this
covering
loophole
shit
in
up
time.
for
The
Bill
American
Gates
Butter
that he's
Institute
doing right
has
now?
formally lobbied the
Like
FDA
this
to
shit.
enforce the 1923 federal definition of butter, which states
Dude, I
that
don't want to
butter must
fucking
come
have Bill
exclusively
Gates
from
butter
milk or
fucking
cream.
going
They
into
argue that
shit.
calling this product
The fuck?
butter is misleading, and I would have to say that I'm inclined to agree. Even RFK Jr. and others have pushed to reform this grass self-affirmation. Multiple bills have now been introduced in Congress, including the GRAS Act and the Better Food Disclosure Act, but unfortunately none have been passed as of now. Now you might be thinking, okay, so it's in a few fancy restaurants, but that doesn't really affect me. Well, this is where you need to pay attention, because Savor is not trying to sell you a tub of synthetic butter at the grocery store, something you can look at and decide you don't want it,
Bill
and
Gates
put it back
is
on
so
the shelf.
slimy,
That
you
is not at all
guys.
what's
He's
happening
like,
here. You see, these
he's like,
companies
I
seem to
know.
be learning from their prime
We can't do
mistakes.
quack scenes
Savor is
anymore.
positioning themselves as a supplier,
What
a
can we
company
do?
that
I know
sells synthetic
butter.
fat
Let's
directly
fucking
to the
alter
big
the
food
butter.
manufacturers. The
And then
idea
put
is
it
that
in
their fat
everything.
ends up inside products made by the companies. You would never see the word Savor on any label, or even know that you're eating it. Their own CEO even said this directly. Now, maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but to me this indicates that, like Beyond Meat, the fake meat company which has seen its share price drop over 99%, they know that nobody would buy this willingly. This is what I mean when I say they're learning from prior mistakes of other companies like this.
New.
Beyond Meat, no one wanted that. So instead
I
of
don't
trying to
know how
sell this to
long
the
they've been
masses
doing this
where they know that most
Savor
people won't
thing.
adopt it, instead they're trying to sneakily put it in our food products. And think about the last time you ate out. Maybe you ordered a steak cooked in butter. Maybe you grabbed a coffee and had something on the side. Even if you avoid packaged foods entirely, if this fat enters major
thanks
supply
for the
chains,
likes, you
it
guys.
could show up
Hell
in
yeah.
restaurants, kitchens, cafes, bakeries, anywhere that uses
Aren't you
butter or animal
concerned,
fat.
truth
And no one is
seekers?
required to tell you that it's not real butter. So right now today, if you eat
What
in a
does
restaurant in
Savor
San
equal
Francisco
in
or New York, that's
fake
where it is currently.
Gematria? Does it mean
There is a chance that the
Jesuits?
butter on your table was made from carbon dioxide and hydrogen in a lab. And again, nobody is required to tell you this. If you're
Savor
someone who eats
equals
meat-based or
33 like
carnivore
hot
and you
dog
think,
33.
okay, well
Quack!
this doesn't apply to me because I don't eat processed food. Well, think about this. Do you ever eat out? Do you order a steak and ask them to cook it in butter? Do you get eggs at a cafe and do the same thing? Because if the kitchen swaps in synthetic butter or even synthetic tallow, which we'll talk about soon, they don't have to tell you this. You would sit there eating fuel-derived butter,
Alright,
thinking
you
you're
guys
eating one of
get
the
it.
healthiest foods on the planet. This is the
Alright,
latest
so
version
yeah,
of a
there's
playbook.
that. There's that. And then, yeah, I don't really know what else I got for you guys. We got the castle, we got Abraxas, we got the Solvay cult with the Chateau. We have the Jesuits in France. Hold on, let's look at that. Let's look that up. Where's the fucking on the maps? Chateau de Amerois. Been skiing? No, this is like the shittiest fucking ski season. This has been like the shittiest fucking snow season. I'm just crapped out. I just work straight and I'm not really like the snow is gone. There is like no season basically. I wanted to show you guys this castle and fucking look at this fucking castle. So the Chateau. What are you guys saying? I've been hearing the other foods aren't real foods. Even the snow isn't real anymore. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, possible. I heard that meat is going to be real no more, and they're going to make fake meat. Not even the snow is real. Yeah, no, it's been like, dude, this is actually, that's the other breaking news. We had a really shitty snow season for California. It was actually probably the lowest snow season since, like, someone said the 60s. You know what that means, true seekers? That means fucking Jesuit Gavin Newsom is going to burn up the state with fire, right? It's going to be fire. A drought, no water for the state, and fucking fires. Basically. Watch, it's right when the summer hits. Fire here, fire there. A bunch of people fucking have to live in little camps and fucking whatever. to move into the castle. But no, look. I just want to show you guys this on the map. Like, look. So you got France right there. France is actually hella big. How is France so big? And then you got Belgium right there. You see that Belgium? Paris, France, Brussels, Belgium. How come the quack never talks about Belgium or these castles or whatever? This Solvay. Solvay, really?
Solvay SA. Not to be confused with the Swiss mining company Solvay Group. This article is about the company name Solvay SA or Solvay Group. For other uses, see Solvay.
Anyways,
Solvay
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
Belgian
go
French
on too
multinational
long.
chemical
Last time I did a stream, I went way too fucking ham on the quacks, and then I think I like,
Brussels, Belgium.
I think I kind of like overdid it a little bit too much, because by the time I got home, I fucking blacked the fuck out. I blacked out on the quack, and then I fucking, yeah, I think I flashed on the quack way too hard last time. Even though I mean it.
You're next, Brussels.
I wanted to apologize to you all, because I think I did flash. I overly flashed on the quack like a little bit. I went like a little too ham on the quack, even though I mean it. It was probably like so fucking bad. You guys were like, oh my god!
63 years ago, founder Alfred and Ernest Solvay, headquarters, Nether, over Himbeek, Brussels, Belgium. Key people, Pierre Gorijan, Philip Cannon, Peter, Chevy Goals, Rebellion, QTM 20 billion, Warner's 9 billion, Year 12, operating million, operating income, operating 8 billion, 9 billion, ethics 24 million, 27 million, total assets, 24,000 million, 2018, total equity, 61 million, 25 million.
Number of employees, 9,000. 25. Bobby. Solvay SI. In the 20 trade, Solvay reached day 12. 18 million in revenues in 81. 24.6 million of underlying EBITDA. Solvay is listed on Euronext Brussels. History. An evolution of Solvay. Founded in 1863 by Ernest Solvay and his brother Alfred Solvay to produce sodium carbonate by the Solvay process. The company has diversified into two main sectors of activity, chemicals and plastics. Before World War I, Solvay was the largest multinational company in the world, needs independent confirmation. It was formerly also active in pharmaceuticals, but agreed to sell that entire division to Abbott Lab for UE4. 5 billion in September 2009. A deal was completed in February to get it done. April 2011. The firm agreed to the ETO trade for a period acquisition of freight, chemical company which was completed in September 2011. Since January, Portugal.
Yeah, that's crazy. Blacksmith matters.
Listed on the NS Euronext in Paris and joined the CRC 40 index in September 21.
That's crazy.
Solvay is historically listed on the NS Euronext in Paris and part of
Imagine all that burning oil burning in Iran right
the
now.
Solvay conference that was started at Ernest Solvay in 1911. On December 3, 2015, Solvay launched a share issue sent to existing shareholders, completing funding for the 5 billion purchase of Cytec Industries Inc. Recent activities and markets. On December 8, 2023, shareholders approved the plan to spin off Solvay into two independent, publicly listed companies. Solvay and Science, Solvay retained
its essential privacy activities and employees 9,000 people in general have an annual turnover of 88 billion. The aim of the separation
Black Rain, that's hella
with the
toxic.
independence and flexibility to pursue distinct strategies with traditional chemical activities such as soda, hydrogen peroxide and adhesive. Will continue under the Solvay name and will be led by Philip Keren. The other activities such as plastic foam and funnel from the Jordan of batteries have been transferred to a new company called Science Go with the Gematrian chairman who was pregnant this summer.
I just think that's so crazy how this company ties back to that castle in Belgium. That's fucking crazy.
2,000 employees and an annual turnover of
The Solvay
$879
Group
billion.
Committee.
On Monday, December 11, Scienceco shares were listed on the stock exchange and are included in the Bell 20 share index. In 2024, Solvay announced its plan to supply Europe with rare earth metals for permanent magnets used in EVs and wind turbines from its refurbished plant in France. Corporate Affairs. Solvay America office is in Houston, Texas. The company's head office is located in Brussels, Belgium. It was previously in Brussels. Solvay has several subsidiaries in the world, including its United States subsidiary. Solvay America Inc. is based in Houston, Texas. Solvay also has its subsidiary in Canada. The company is also present in major countries like Singapore and Indonesia, in Latin America, Brazil, Mexico, etc. And in Europe, France, Italy, Portugal, etc. Products. Solvay is a main partner of Solay and has contributed research and development of resources to the solar-powered airplane project that airport American its first test flight on free fuel cell of Norton. Solvay, a joint venture by Unicor and Solvay in the field of fuel cells is already pre-marketing membrane electrode assemblies for different types of fuel cells.
These motherfuckers had the lithium battery products and the fucking flying cars before anybody. They had the first flying car.
Soil remediation. Novosol is a sodium bicarbonate-based process for treating and recovering mineral residues. Automatic with heavy metals.
Solvay SA. Solvay SA. Not to be confused with the Swiss mining company Solvay Group. This article is about the company named Solvay.
Akamai urges. Akamai urges. Article talk. Akamai Technologies
Anyways, I'm
Inc. is
gonna
an
get
American
going. I
company
don't want to be on
specializing
here
in
too
content
late like
created
last
network,
time.
CDN,
Oh, I
cybersecurity,
wanted to actually
DDoS
share
mitigation, and cloud service.
something that was
It's
like,
headquartered in Cambridge.
I wanted to share something else that's like way off topic from the usual bullshit, but it's actually important too.
The company was named after Academy.
Let me see if I can find this shit.
Hawaiian co-founder Daniel M. Lewin found the term in a Hawaiian English dictionary at a colleague's suggestion. Akamai Technologies into the 1998 Akamai Fitness Pay competition with a business proposition based on their research on consistent hashing and was selected as one of the finalists. By
here it is.
1998,
You want better energy? Take it.
This is just important for Californians.
Suddenly, you get pulled over for something that wasn't.
This is just an educational part of the stream. We're going to drive up out of here. And I wanted to share this video for like anyone out there, like all the fellow Californians or whatever. This is a video from like probably from the government. It's titled "Millions of Drivers Unprepared for California's 2026 Law Changes." So I saw this video earlier. I looked at it and I was like, I'm going to share this with people just so they're aware of this.
Through Los Angeles.
Kind of like with the butter and that other company and the Colt and the Gematrian.
2026 vehicle code changes are catching millions of drivers completely off guard, and the penalties are brutal. Right now, cops are writing tickets for violations most people don't even know exist yet. Your insurance rates could spike, you could lose your license, or you might even face criminal charges for things you thought were perfectly legal. Before you get behind the wheel tomorrow, you need to know exactly what changed and how the new laws will hit your wallet hard. Number 1, California now requires all drivers to carry digital proof of insurance starting January 2026. California Vehicle Code Section 16028 was updated to mandate that all drivers must have either physical or digital proof of insurance accessible during traffic stops. The change means you can now show proof of insurance on your smartphone, tablet, or other electronic device without worry of additional citations. However, here's what most drivers miss. If your phone is dead, locked, or you cannot access the digital proof immediately when an officer requests it, you can still receive a fix-it ticket. Officers have been instructed to allow reasonable time for you to pull up the documentation, but reasonable remains undefined in the statute, leaving interpretation up to individual officers. The penalty for failing to provide proof of insurance upon request ranges from $100 to $200 for a first offense, plus potential vehicle impoundment under Vehicle Code Section 22651. Even if you actually have insurance, you'll face these penalties if you cannot prove it at the time.
Oh yeah, it's a big scam. It sounds like
email or text proof to the officer later, but this doesn't satisfy the immediate requirement. You must be able to display proof when requested during the traffic stop itself. Insurance companies are required to provide digital access to insurance cards through apps or websites, but not all carriers have updated their systems efficiently. Some drivers report difficulty accessing their digital cards due to poor app design or connectivity issues. If you plan to rely on digital proof, test your access multiple times before you need it. Download your insurance card as a screenshot or PDF and save it directly to your phone's photo gallery as a backup. This ensures you can access it even without cellular service or if the insurance company's app experiences technical problems. California also allows you to provide insurance information through email or electronic transmission after a collision as specified in Vehicle Code Section 16025. However, this applies specifically to exchange of information between parties after an accident, not to providing proof to law enforcement.
I'm actually not in California either anymore. I'm like, I just work in California.
About when digital proof suffices versus when you might still face citations for inability to provide documentation immediately. Number 2, distracted driving penalties tripled and now include hands-free device violations. Vehicle Code Section 23123.5 was dramatically strengthened in 2026 to address California's rising accident rates related to distracted driving. The base fine for a first offense increased from $20 to $200, and second offenses now carry a $500 fine plus mandatory traffic school. But the real shock comes from how distracted driving is now defined. Previously, you could legally use hands-free devices mounted on your windshield or dashboard. The new law restricts where these devices can be placed and how you can interact with them while driving. Mounts must now be positioned in the lower corner of the windshield on the passenger side or on the dashboard in a manner that doesn't obstruct your view. Any mount in the center of the windshield or on the driver's side violates the updated regulations. Voice-activated functions remain legal, but touching your phone screen for any reason while driving, even if mounted, now constitutes a violation. This means adjusting GPS directions, changing music, or answering calls by tapping your screen all trigger penalties. The definition of holding a device was also expanded. If your phone is in your lap, between your legs, or resting on any part of your body while driving, this counts as holding it under the new interpretation. Officers have been trained to look for these specific situations. Even at red lights or in stopped traffic, you cannot legally hold or interact with your device. The only exception is if you're lawfully parked, which means completely off the roadway in a designated parking area. California Highway Patrol has reported increased enforcement specifically targeting distracted driving behaviors. Officers now use spotter techniques where one officer identifies violations from an elevated position or while positioned as a pedestrian, then radios ahead to another officer who makes the traffic stop. This tactic makes it nearly impossible to hide phone use while driving. The conviction also adds 1 point to your driving record, which affects insurance rates for years. 2 points within 12 months can trigger a negligence operator warning from the DMV, and 4 points in 12 months can result in license suspension.
Fat motherfucker.
Number 3, speed safety camera systems. Expanded to 25 additional California cities. Assembly Bill 645, passed in 2023, authorized speed safety camera pilot programs in 6 California cities. In 2026, this program expanded to include 25 additional cities throughout the state. These automated speed enforcement cameras operate differently than red light cameras. They capture your license plate when you exceed the posted speed limit by more than 10 miles per hour in designated safety zones near schools, highways, and areas with high pedestrian traffic. The registered owner receives a citation by mail, similar to toll violations. The base fine starts at $50 for speeds 11 to 15 miles per hour over the limit, $100 for 16 to 25 miles per hour over, and $200 for speeds exceeding the limit by more than 25 miles per hour. These are civil penalties rather than criminal citations, which means they don't add points to your driving record. However, failure to pay results in increased fines, potential holds on vehicle registration renewal, and possible collection actions. Many drivers don't realize these cameras operate 24 hours a day, including times when traditional speed limit signs seem overly cautious, such as school zones, specific violations. California adopted federal regulations that permanently disqualify commercial driver's license holders from operating commercial vehicles for certain serious offenses committed in 2026 or later. Vehicle Code Section 15300 and subsequent sections outline these violations. Using a commercial vehicle to commit a felony involving
Holy shit, you hear how strict that
also triggers permanent disqualification after a second refusal. The first refusal results in a 1-year disqualification, but any subsequent refusal means you can never hold a commercial license in California again. This applies even if you weren't convicted of DUI. The refusal itself is sufficient. Many commercial drivers don't understand that you have significantly reduced rights regarding chemical testing when operating commercial vehicles compared to private vehicles. Operating a commercial vehicle with any measurable amount of alcohol in your system, even under the 0.08% legal limit for non-commercial drivers, violates federal and state regulations. The threshold for commercial operators is 0.04%, and any detection above this level results in immediate out-of-service orders and potential criminal charges. A first conviction results in 1 year disqualification. A second conviction means permanent disqualification. California provides no hardship exceptions for commercial drivers who depend on their CDL for employment. The consequences extend beyond just losing the CDL. Many trucking companies and transportation employers require regular background checks. A disqualifying event on your record eliminates you from consideration for any position requiring a commercial license, including school bus driver positions, delivery truck jobs, and long-haul trucking careers.
Hear that?
Given that California's trucking and transportation industry employs hundreds of thousands of people, these enhanced penalties affect a substantial workforce. CDL holders must maintain absolute compliance with all traffic laws.
They fucking glitch me out off the internet. They fucking glitch me out off the internet every half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever. Every half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. No, this is crazy. Did you guys hear the shit, what it said? So they had us like begging for their like legalize weed, which I mean, I kind of get it. I agree with, but they had us begging for legalized weed for like the last 10 years. And then you get the legalized weed and they're like, anybody caught smoking weed under 21, zero tolerance.
Any driver under 21 who operates a vehicle with detectable amounts of THC, cocaine, methamphetamine, or other controlled substances in their system faces immediate license suspension, regardless of whether they appear impaired. The detection threshold is extraordinarily low, measured in nanograms per milliliter of blood. California legalized recreational cannabis for adults 21 and older, but this creates a complicated situation for young drivers. THC can remain detectable in blood for days or even weeks after use, depending on frequency of consumption and individual metabolism. A driver under 21 who used cannabis legally in another state or before California's legal age could still face California penalties if THC appears in their system during a traffic stop in California, even if they haven't used cannabis recently. Law enforcement uses oral swab tests at roadside to detect drug presence. These tests have improved significantly in accuracy and speed, providing results within minutes. If the oral swab indicates drug presence, officers typically require blood tests for confirmation. Refusing the blood test triggers the same penalties as testing positive: immediate license suspension for 1 year for a first offense and progressively longer suspensions for subsequent offenses. Vehicle Code Section 133.
Yeah, are you hearing this shit? They're like, legalize weed, and then they're like, everyone under 21, zero tolerance. How dare you?
That giving permission for their child to use cannabis, even in states where it's legal, creates potential liability if the teenager later drives in California with THC in their system. The suspension doesn't require proof of impairment or dangerous driving. The presence of the substance alone is sufficient. Many families don't discuss this issue adequately with young drivers, assuming that legal cannabis
that's a slippery slope? They're like, zero tolerance, it's
For
legal.
drivers under 21, the opposite is true. The penalties are stricter than ever, and the detection methods are more sophisticated. Number 6, electric vehicle charging station blocking now carries mandatory towing and $500 fine. Vehicle Code Section 22511 was amended to dramatically increase penalties for vehicles blocking electric vehicle charging stations.
Gematrian,
environmental goals. Towing and enforcement was inconsistent. Many drivers.
God damn it. Are we back? I think we're back. I was just joking around. Did you hear that shit? Unbelievable. They said you can't fucking park out front of that. You're no longer allowed to just sit in front of the fucking charging port in your Tesla, you guys. Hey everybody. Hey all the Gematrias that own Teslas. Elohim. Listen up, you're not allowed to hang out in front of the fucking charging port for more than 15 minutes anymore, you guys, or they're gonna Solvay your fucking Tesla. Cause your Tesla has a fucking Solvay, you know, like a smart battery in it. It has a fucking lithium ion battery or whatever the fuck. It has a battery in it. You know, they're gonna sell, if you hang out, if you don't charge that fucking battery, they're gonna Solvay your fucking Tesla. Even if you went to go get like burritos at Taco Bell, and you have your Tesla parked, and you have you left your child in there, and there's like a big line, so it takes more than 15 minutes. If you take more than 30 minutes, they're gonna Solvay your fucking the charger port. Even if you're parked in front of the charger port and you're not actually charging your Tesla, they might fucking Solvay your fucking car. Solvay your fucking Tesla.
Charging. The spaces are designated for charging, not just for EV parking. If you finish charging and don't move your vehicle within 15 minutes, you're subject to the same penalties as a gas-powered vehicle blocking the space.
They're gonna tow your
Many
car.
EV drivers don't realize this distinction and assume they can use charging spaces as preferred parking regardless of whether they need to charge. Private property owners can now also enforce these penalties on their property, not just public charging stations. Shopping centers, office buildings, and residential complexes with EV charging can tow and fine violators. Previously, private property enforcement was limited. The new law preempts local regulations and creates uniform statewide enforcement. Some charging networks have implemented.
Not only did they legalize the weed and made it real zero tolerance strict, they also fucking legalized the Teslas. They made the Teslas legal.
if not
And
more
there's zero tolerance now at the charger.
Mandatory rear seatbelt requirements extended to all passengers regardless of age. California Vehicle Code Section 27315 previously required seatbelts for front seat passengers and passengers under 16 in rear seats. The 2026 update mandates seatbelt use for all passengers in all seating positions regardless of age. Adult passengers in rear seats must now buckle up, and the driver receives the citation if any passenger is unrestrained. The fine is $162 for the first offense and increases to $285 for subsequent violations within 36 months. The change stems from data showing that unbelted rear seat passengers are 3 times more likely to die in crashes than those wearing seatbelts. Unbelted rear passengers also pose dangers to front seat occupants during crashes, as they can become projectiles that cause injuries or death to others in the vehicle. California joins several other states in requiring universal seatbelt usage, but enforcement creates practical challenges. Officers cannot stop vehicles solely for rear seatbelt violations under current regulations. They can only cite for rear seatbelt violations during stops for other infractions. However, this may change as law enforcement agencies push for primary enforcement authority. The current secondary enforcement status means many drivers remain unaware of the law until they receive a citation during a stop for speeding or another violation. Rideshare drivers face particular challenges with this law. Uber and Lyft drivers are responsible for ensuring all passengers wear seatbelts, but passengers often don't buckle. That passengers buckle up, which sometimes causes conflicts. Rideshare companies have updated their apps to include notifications reminding passengers of the seatbelt requirement, but compliance varies. Drivers who receive multiple citations for unbelted passengers risk losing their commercial transportation permits.
I didn't know!
Number 8, license suspension periods doubled for street racing and exhibition of speed. Vehicle Code Sections 23109 and 23109.1
Dude, the Gematrian people in California didn't even predict the
2026 amendments double license suspension periods for these violations.
For
First
the
conviction now results in a
California
6-month
driving
suspension
policy
instead of 3 months. A second
You
conviction
know?
within 5 years triggers a 2-year suspension instead of 1 year. Third and subsequent convictions result in 4-year suspensions with no eligibility for restricted licenses. Street racing includes organized racing events and impromptu races between vehicles on public roads. Exhibition of speed covers activities like burnouts, drifting, and other displays of acceleration or vehicle control that demonstrate disregard for safety. Many drivers don't realize that you can be convicted of exhibition of speed even without racing another vehicle. Spinning tires, leaving skid marks, or accelerating rapidly to show off vehicle performance all qualify. The penalties extend beyond license suspension. Vehicles used in street racing can be impounded for 30 days for a first offense and declared a nuisance subject to forfeiture for subsequent offenses. This means the state can permanently seize your vehicle, sell it at auction, and keep the proceeds.
You know, if I'm like, hey, listen up, snitcher.
California courts have upheld vehicle forfeitures for cars worth $50,000 or more when owners were convicted of street racing. Law enforcement agencies throughout California have created specialized street racing task forces that monitor social media for announcements of racing events. Officers attend these events in unmarked vehicles, document violations, and make arrests. Some jurisdictions use helicopters to track racing participants when ground units cannot safely pursue. The enhanced penalties reflect California's effort to address the rising number of street racing-related fatalities, which increased by 40% between 2019 and 2024. Number 9, bicycle and pedestrian right-of-way violations now include mandatory traffic school. California strengthened penalties for drivers who violate pedestrian and bicycle right-of-way rules under Vehicle Code Section 21950. Any violation of pedestrian right-of-way and crosswalks now requires mandatory traffic school completion in addition to fines. The fine starts at $238 for the first offense and increases to $500 for subsequent violations within 36 months. Drivers must complete an 8-hour traffic school program focusing specifically on pedestrian and bicycle safety within 90 days of conviction. The law targets California's alarming pedestrian and bicycle fatality rates, which rank among the highest in the nation. Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego account for a disproportionate number of these deaths. law removes judicial discretion to waive traffic school. Even if you've completed traffic school recently for another violation, you must complete the pedestrian safety course for these specific violations.
Oh my God.
Bicycle right-of-way violations under Vehicle Code Section 21760 carry similar penalties. Passing a bicycle without maintaining at least 3 feet of clearance, opening car doors into bike lanes, or blocking bike lanes with vehicles all trigger the mandatory traffic school requirement.
So the bikes could.
Many drivers don't realize that bike lanes are exclusive to bicycles during posted hours. Driving in bike lanes, even briefly, to make turns or park can result in violations. The definition of crosswalks includes both marked and unmarked crosswalks. An unmarked crosswalk exists at any intersection where sidewalks meet, even without painted lines. Drivers must yield to pedestrians in these unmarked crosswalks, just as they would in marked crosswalks.
There is like an old beef between the bikers and the cars. You know there is like an old school beef in California between the bikers and the fucking cars or whatever. They're like, the bikers are like, I hate the cars. And then the cars are like, oh, those dirty bikers. Or whatever, bicyclists. The bicyclists are like, oh, fuck those cars. You know, the bikers attack the cars.
Crosswalks. Many drivers wrongly assume they only need to yield where painted crosswalks exist. This misunderstanding leads to citations and contributes to pedestrian injuries.
Oh my God.
Number 10, out-of-state license recognition change with enhanced verification requirements. California Vehicle Code Section 12502 requires anyone who becomes a California resident to obtain a California driver's license within 10 days. The 2026 changes enhanced enforcement of this requirement and added new verification procedures. When you update your address with any California government agency, including DMV for vehicle registration, that information triggers a check on whether you hold a California driver's license. If you've registered a vehicle in California,
watch all the auditors are going to be out soon. All the auditors are going to be out again soon. Like, oh my God,
face fines up to $1,000.
We can't do auditing anymore. Like, they're going to bust them from
attending college in California,
for like
taking a job,
having the phone. Like, they're going to be like, no, you can't audit out of your car, and the auditor is going to be like, I've always done auditing in my car. I can audit from my car, can I? And then they're going to be like, no, new California 2026 regulation.
Data sharing between agencies identifies these discrepancies.
Dude, imagine all the auditor videos that are going to
military personnel stationed in California are exempt and can maintain.
Because it says you can't fucking have your phone up in your, like, you know how where the auditors put their phone when they're like driving around auditing?
Military families
They're not allowed to do that anymore in California, evidently.
Retains the right to maintain their out-of-state license.
Dude,
the verification requirements also affect license renewals. California now requires additional identity verification when you renew licenses, including submission of documents.
Dude, even in my shit right now, just now in this stream, even in this stream right now, I violated that shit. Like, I have my, look, you see how I have my fucking,
rejected thousands of renewal applications.
You see how I have that? You can't do that anymore, you guys. You gotta be more careful. You can't do Gematria anymore driving.
California's 2026 vehicle code changes affect every driver.
But the thing is, I'm not in California anymore, so I'm actually not in California right now. You know?
Share this information with everyone you know who drives in California, because cops aren't giving warnings anymore. They're writing tickets the moment you violate these new laws.
Oh my
If this video
God.
opened your eyes to laws you didn't know existed, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel because we're breaking down every California legal change that affects your daily life.
You can't live stream videoing driving in California anymore? Really?
Every single comment and use your feedback to create more content.
Can we audit
Watch
that
our next
shit?
video about how to fight California traffic tickets and
Are they gonna give me, like, unbelievable, they're gonna send you like automatic violations or what?
You are my whole wide world.
How sophisticated is that gonna get actually?
When you're gone,
dude, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Did you guys catch all that? It's unbelievable. It's kind of infuriating actually. When I saw that, I was like, what? Wait, you're not allowed to fucking have your phone in the window and fucking be like, they said even if you touch the phone. What if they enforce that right through the fucking phone? That like you're auditing on YouTube, you're streaming, you got your phone up, and then fucking you thought you could stream and drive around and audit or whatever, and you're like, yeah, it's okay, right? And they like blurp you, right? You got the blurps, and you're like, what in the fuck? I always fucking have my phone or whatever. They're like, you're not even allowed to touch the phone. Like, even if you touch the phone and it's not in the proper... They said there's only one place you can put the phone, which is like in the corner or something. I don't fucking know. On the fucking, on the vent or whatever, the side vent. It's unbelievable. I might have to change the... I might have to switch shit up, you guys, soon. Or we gotta audit that shit. Where's all the Gematria community? We should be pounding pavement, driving around video auditing in the phone until they, you know, give you a fine or a citation. You know, that's really important to fight the system. I think everybody in California should protest and fucking video stream when they're driving around. Just upright, like... Because what if I wanted to put my what if I wanted to fucking stream while driving around Lake Tahoe a couple days ago? Like, what? That's illegal? Was my stream from a couple days, like a week ago, illegal? It's unbelievable. So you can't, if you touch the phone. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, unbelievable. That just goes over the quacks' heads. Watch the quack's gonna come out and be like, California is so bad, it's horrible. Washington State's the best state. We don't even have all this yet, or whatever, even though it came out of fucking shit, out of your state, like at the governmental level or whatever the fuck. Fucking clowns. Fucking clowns. Anyways, I'm not going to do this all night, but I am going to, I guess, play this song as an outro again, the opening song, just to rub it in, because the quack challenge for the quack, you got to find a fucking Jesuit castle that's, like, well known for, like, weird Jesuit gematria rituals where there's, like, a prominent Jesuit operating out of there. And then once you find the fucking Jesuit castle, you might want to start there. You know, you might want to bring you and your Gematria community quackery to the fucking Jesuit, the main Jesuit, whoever the main fucking Jesuit is, at the castle or the mansion castle or whatever the fuck you're claiming it is where they reside. That's where you need to go pound pavement at, you know? Find the fucking Jesuits' creepy castle. Find all the old historical proof of, like, weird fucking satanic rituals going on there. And then you start there. Then you're going to catch the fucking Jesuit and stop them from doing gematria. You know? Or you got to go to the Vatican.
Not to be confused with the Swiss mining company Solvay SA. Not to be confused with the Swiss mining company Solvay Group. This article is about the company name Solvay SA or Solvay Group for other users. See Solvay. Solvay is a Belgian-French multinational chemical company established in...
Yeah, exactly. The Noahide laws of California.
Himbeek, Brussels, Belgium. Since the end of 2023 and following its merger with the creation of the new ScienceCo entity, Solvay has specialized in essential chemistry and employs over 9,000 people in 40 countries. Company type. Company. Traded as Euronext stores software 20 component. CIC make 20 components. Easy. Industry. Chemicals. Founded 1863.
What about out-of-state fucking auditors? What if out-of-state auditors descended on California to audit the phone positioning and touching the phone violations?
Total assets, all 23,000 million, 2018, IP 5 billion, 2029 billion, 2018, lead to minimum 5 billion, total assets. 2.4 billion, you're 2.5 billion, number of employees.
9,000. Brixel. And in 2023, Solvay reached again 80 million in revenues and 21.6 million of underlying EBITDA. Solvay is listed on Euronext Brussels. Nursery. The evolution of Solvay. Founded in 1863 by Ernest Solvay and his brother Alfred Solvay to produce sodium carbonate by the Solvay process. The company has diversified into two main sectors of activity, chemicals and plastics. Before World War I, Solvay was the largest multinational company in the world, needs independent confirmation. It was formerly also active in pharmaceuticals, but agreed to sell the entire division to Abbott Labs for $84.5 billion in September 2009. A deal was completed in February 2010. In April 21, the firm agreed to the $4 billion acquisition of French-based chemicals company Rhodia, which was completed in September 2009. Since January 2012, the new Solvay has been listed on the Axial Accident Hamilton 20 SEER XC40 index in September 2012. Solvay is historically listed on the ACE Euronext in Brussels and part of the Trenton Index. The company is a supporter of the Solvay conferences that were started by Ernest Solvay in 1911. On December 3, 2015, Solvay launched a share issue sent to existing shareholders, completing funding for the $5 billion purchase of Cytec Industries.
Evidently I'm already protesting this shit, evidently. And they have like cameras all over everything.
Publicly listed companies, Solvay and Syensco. Solvay retained its essential chemistry activities that employs 9,000 people and generates an annual turnover of
Wonder if they're gonna try to give me a digital ticket for like a post-dated stream that's like violating that regulation, that new California 2026. It's unbelievable. Ultra zero tolerance policies.
Plastics for electronics and rechargeable batteries have been transferred to a new company called Syensco. Wilhelm Kadri as chairman, who was previously Solvay's general manager since 2019. Syensco began its specialty chemicals activities with 13,200 employees and an annual turnover of $879 billion. On Monday, December 11, Syensco shares were listed on the stock exchange and are included in the Bell 20 share index. In 2024, Solvay announced its plan to supply Europe with rare earth metals for permanent magnets used in EVs and wind turbines from its refurbished plant in France. Corporate affairs. Solvay America offices in Houston, Texas. The company's head office is located in Brussels, Belgium. It was previously in Ixos, Brussels. Solvay had several subsidiaries in the world, including its United States subsidiary, Solvay America Inc. It's based in Houston, Texas. Solvay also has its subsidiary in Canada, Ontario. The company is also present in Asian countries like Singapore and Malaysia, in Latin America, Brazil, Mexico, and in Europe, France, Portugal, excellent.
Holy fuck, look at that one. Jesus Christ, look at that shit.
Research and development resources to their Florida Ignite project. That aircraft conducted its first test flight on 3 fuel cell technology. Solvay, a joint venture by Umicore. And Solvay in the field of fuel cells is already pre-marketing memory electron assemblies for different types.
Dude, those are like all Jeffrey Epsteins, basically. That's like a whole group full of Jeffrey Epsteins, basically.
Make use of Solvay fluorinated polymers in order to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Salt remediation. Salt is a sodium bicarbonate-based process for treating and recovering mineral residues contaminated with heavy metals.
Anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here before it gets too late. It's been my pleasure hosting Gematriaholics Anonymous, rubbing shit in, showing that there's more to what the average truth seeker claims, you know. And shout out, salute to you all. Hit the likes. Buy now. Buy a Skycar. Buy today. Buy some fucking gas. You know how high gas is where I'm at right now? Like where I work? Like unbelievable. Yeah, you guys have a good night. Peace and love. It's the most expensive, by the way.